Thanks, Harshika. Thanks a lot for joining. Can
Thank
you
you,
start
Vikas.
with a small introduction from your side?
Sure. So, first of all, thank you so much for your time, Vikas. And I myself, Harshika, I'm originally from India, but then I'm in Ireland right now. It's been for me, uh, I think it's 2 years. So, I've come here in 2019 for my master's, and so I finished my master's in data science and analytics. Before that, I was in India. I worked as a data analyst, and then moved to Ireland. So basically, I moved my studies here, and then I have recently joined a firm and the same, like working as a data analyst there. So yeah, that's about myself.
Okay, that's great. Data analyst, data science are really hot words. For a lot of students are curious about how do I become a data scientist? So how,
Yeah,
how would you? What should
yeah. So
someone do?
basically, you're right that so how it started for me as well when I was working back in India. So I came to know that like it's very important to upgrade your skills with the time, and when the data science analytics skills have become like boosted up in the market, then I thought like also I have to upgrade my skills, and I've thought like because it's not like as per the market, because it was very interesting, like it is very interesting background like data science and analytics. So then I've joined master's program, and then like I have couple of modules to study, and then I came to know it's very very interesting field. Like if you say like couple of modules like big data, data science, machine learning, and then analytics tool, like lot of, so like it makes life easier, and it's really interesting. It doesn't matter which background you belongs to. For example, if you are from electronics, electrical, if you're computer science, doesn't matter, anyone can come and do this course because it's all your interest. And then yeah, like it was a good journey. And if you talk specific about how can you become data scientist, so data scientist, I feel like it's the upgraded thing, but then you should start from the first step, which is like data analytics, and then maybe machine learning. If you are very good with these two things, and if you're good with maths and stats, and then you can go upgrade yourself to data scientist. So like I thought when I was in India, like I want to become a data scientist first, but then I thought like if I have no knowledge about machine learning, if I have no knowledge about analytics, I cannot directly go and become a data scientist. So it takes a career, like for example, 4 to 5 years to become a good data scientist.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah. What was this course you said you did some course?
so I did my post graduation, which is data science analytics course.
Okay.
So like I did from CIT Ireland. So
Oh.
like in the CIT Ireland, we have like two like different modules. So if you opt for the analytics, you will go into analytics, which is like 1 year of course. And but if you choose for artificial intelligence, so then it is for 9 months of course in my college.
Okay.
I opt for data science, which is actually the difference between that is the same, the difference between machine learning and data scientist. So basically, like in my course, they start from very basic modules, like you should know what is the definition of machine learning, what machine does, what is analytics, how do you do the predictive analytics, and then if you move ahead with the AI, which is like they will tell about the NLP, high advanced modules, NLP and deep learning, maybe more.
Okay.
So this course goes like this way, but very good learning. I feel like I've learned a lot in like 1 year, and then I'm implementing all these things in my current job as a data
Okay.
analyst and a machine learning engineer.
Okay.
So
So,
so previously, like when I was in like Ireland and I came here like 2019, I finished my course, and then what happened um, I started working like within a span of 1 month. I've got my job once I finished my master's, and then I was working with a startup, and then I was working as a machine learning engineer, wherein which I was working with NLP and document extraction. Was a very good journey, a learning period for me. Then I joined another firm, which is in Dublin again, as an
okay.
analytics and machine learning engineer. So yeah, so that's how
Okay.
like.
One question, like most people, most of the Indians When they think of a career abroad, their default destination is USA. How did you reach Ireland?
So you're right. Actually, there were a couple of aspects of me thinking about Ireland when. So like I was thinking of going to the US initially, uh, but then uh, there could be a couple of reasons because I knew that like in Ireland when I was studying, then all of a sudden like I know a few of my friends are already here, and then
Okay,
the one thing about Ireland is like I knew that the market will definitely gonna come to Ireland, maybe the part of. And here I feel like one of my friend was studying in the same university I opted, and then he was telling me that the course structure is very good over here, and the one more important thing about Ireland that you have 2 years of stay back visa that
okay,
this country gives you. So for example, when you are studying for 2 years, for example, your course is 1 year, and then you have a visa for another 2 years, so you have 3 years altogether in Ireland. So you have plenty of time to find the jobs, stay here to understand the culture of this country. So that was a major thing, and also a good couple of good colleges here as well. Like for me is also I think that if you go to the US, I know that the you can make lot of money in US, and there are very very good universities. There are a lot of competitions as well in the US, but what not we can get in Ireland as well, like what is not there. So I
mhm,
mean those things major thing was the visa thing actually, because you have two
okay,
years of stay back and good opportunities. You're good market here, like definitely it's boosting in a lot of opportunities in data science. So that made me
okay.
to think,
So
yeah,
you
I
had
should
a
go to
friend
the.
who guided you and told you about opportunities in Ireland.
Sorry.
You had a friend who guided you and told you about opportunities in Ireland.
Yes, I have a lot of friends here already studying.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, if you see in Ireland, 3 to 4 years back, mostly Indians you couldn't find here. Like, but then if you see now, like a lot of
mhm,
people are coming from India here, and they are actually fine, good. They're getting jobs here, a good market here, and good study and good culture.
okay,
So I find the most important thing are the people here, like
okay.
really good, really helpful. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
that's nice.
that's the best thing. And for me what I think it's very very important to like before you come to any country you should have any someone to guide you, like what exactly you can see yourself. Like without guidance
Yeah,
it becomes very difficult. So when I came, like my friends were there working here, so they were like
okay,
you can definitely come. And most of the people what they do, they go to the different country and they see the Google videos and the reviews, maybe they will, and those things can demotivate them, like you
yeah,
shouldn't go, you will not be able to find. But then for me was like I knew that I don't want to listen anyone, so I decided that I want to go, and then I came here. And I know Europe is a very very expensive country, so you have to earn by yourself. And then so I started working in a part time
mhm,
cafe or somewhere, and then you earn money and then you live your expenses, then
okay.
got job. So this kind of
That's nice.
things. Yeah.
But Ireland, you said the people are very nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
like I found people are very very nice, very helpful.
Okay, because typically UK people are scared of the citizens there. It's not so in Ireland.
Not so in Ireland. Like I have been living in a small county in Ireland, which is Cork, and I found this is like really good people, very helpful, and culture of now. If I'm working now within a big organization, the people are so nice here. Like the culture is very different, like as compared to
Mhm,
India, because I have been working in India for 3 years, I think so, and then I've moved to Ireland. So like I find the culture difference. So a lot of
okay,
learning there. Like you can learn a lot from here.
mhm, that's nice.
And yeah, so it's like very nice experience, very nice journey altogether until now.
Great.
um,
So when you moved, you were alone, like you went with a couple of friends in, like along with your batch, or you were the only
no,
one in your
basically
batch.
No, so when I decided to come Ireland, I was all alone, and it was
Okay.
my own sole decision that I want to move to Ireland, and I was very confident that I can go and I can do. Although there were people who will say that to you in your journey that, oh, don't go there because you have a very good IT job, you are working in an MNC and you have such a good package, then why do you want to go? But you should have that confidence. Okay, I can go and I can definitely find a very good job there. And one more important thing I would like to share that what people do, like a lot of people from India reach out to me and what they ask to me that can we get job there? And I'm like very surprised. Like people are coming just to find a job there. I mean, it's not the one thing you should look. You will definitely get a job if you have a good skill set and
Mm.
if you have a confidence. Like you have plenty of jobs here. So a lot of people get demotivated by someone saying that okay, if you go there you will not be able to find a job. Nothing
Oh,
there. I have seen people who are getting job if you have those skills, but I am seeing people who are not getting job waiting from last 1 year because they are doing nothing at all. They don't know how to find a job. So I
oh,
would say it is very very important to have a right guidance.
okay.
Like, and if you are going some other country, you should not just see that you just want to get a job. Just see,
Oh,
like maybe just live with that particular moment, and maybe you will definitely end up doing a very good job here. So
that's
I was
nice.
all alone, and yeah, I have few of my friends who were guided me through the journey that what you should do. But then yeah, it's your own decision at the end of the day.
Okay, great.
So yeah, it was very good.
So, how is your job like? What is a typical work of a data scientist? Again, that's a big question. Data science is such a vast field. People
Yeah, true that.
don't know what exactly would be doing. The data science on Udemy sounds very different, but how is the job, actual job?
So basically, I would say that I am not working as a data scientist, but then I was working as per my plan, and my plan was to work as a machine learning engineer, and
Okay,
then go to the maybe machine learning engineer and also analytics. So both I want to
okay,
combine, and then I want to go for the data scientist.
okay.
But I know that then I got a job as a machine learning engineer. So one most important thing which I have realized that, for example, if I have finished my masters in data science and analytics, so my focus should be that I want to go in that particular job, like for example, data science itself, or machine learning itself, or analytics itself. So most of the people, what they do, they just want to see that we just want to get a job because we want money. So they
Mm,
join some other profile,
mm,
and a few of my friends have done that but not me. So I've got job as a machine learning engineer with a very small startup company in Ireland, which is based in Ireland, and they deal with the insurance and mortgage banking domain. So my day-to-day job as a machine learning engineer involve with the document extraction, which is you can call the NLP,
mm,
text analytics, wherein which for example you have a lot of documents and you are getting from the bank. So if I'm sitting in the front of as like I have to review all the documents by my, you know, by myself, so and find out which person can be eligible to take a loan or not. So
mm,
that is machine is doing for you. So you have to write a particular script, or you have to write a machine learning model using NLP, and then you can do the predictive analytics that yeah, the particular person can get a job, oh sorry, the loan. So
okay,
you have couple of papers, you combine through the machine, you write a Python script, and maybe then you write NLP, and then you run a machine learning model out of it. So what I've got a chance to work, I was like very happy because I've got a chance to work a startup company. So in a
mm,
startup, you will come to know the end-to-end business, like
yeah,
how it is making impact direct to your customer, and how you are making an impact to your organization, which is very very important. Like
mm,
people do a mistake, like they get a job here, okay, and then they think okay, we got a job, now we are done because we are getting a good amount of money and we are fine. But the journey not end here. I would say the journey starts from there because that makes an impact, and that show how can you create an impact to your organization. So yeah, that was like and then like you go to the analytics part of it, like you get involved in like different analytics tool like Alteryx, Power BI. You do the kind of like how this is like the business going, maybe see the sales predictive and like sales, you predict that all kind of things. It's like very interesting to do.
okay,
uh, and what I assume that you get a lot of work when you work as a machine learning engineer, but in a data scientist, sometimes it's like after 5 year experience, it's good to become a data scientist. So when you like when a fresher or IT graduate as a machine learning engineer, if you want to go for a job, I would say don't directly go for data scientist. Please find a career in machine learning as a machine learning engineer or maybe data analyst, and then learn something like a span of like 4 to 5 years, and then go for data scientist. You will get a lot of knowledge. But these differences, everyone should know that where exactly they want to go.
Okay, like, can you just tell more about what is a data scientist, what is a machine learning engineer, what is data analytics?
So basically, I haven't worked as a data scientist until now, so I cannot give you the proper difference. But when I'm working as a machine learning engineer, you get a chance to start from the scratch, which I did. Like for
Okay,
example, my CEO or my manager asked me, "Can you please do that?" Like for example, I have five payslips or 5 documents. Just you have to find me the uh, run through the machine and tell me that like if I'll tell you the example, like for example, my job, like in my previous, like I have 5 mortgage document for example, and then I have to read those documents like from a machine. So I have to think about that. What model I can use? So shall I go for deep learning? Shall I go for NLP? And how can I read that? So machine learning job, what it will do, like for example, here 3 person will sit, okay, as a machine learning engineer, analyst, and then your data scientist. So when you create a pipeline, like in machine learning engineer, you will get a chance to create a entire pipeline from getting the document, reading the document, extracting, transforming, and then feeding. So it's like entire pipeline you have to create. Once you create the pipeline, then it will go to the data scientist to just run the model to check the accuracy basically. So
hmm,
what you get to learn as a machine learning engineer is you did all the pipeline and then also the analytics, because once you create the pipeline, for example, I get a document and then uh, extract, then transform, and then feed that. Now you have to do the text analytics over that, and you say that particular thing is working fine, and like we are getting this much of customers. Maybe you do some kind of histogram, you make a chart, and then you guide that to data scientists, and they will feed that model, and then they will just find the accuracy over that. So I can just make a difference to say that you have a lot of learning as a machine learning engineer, but data scientist, maybe sometime it gets stagnant. Like, okay,
okay,
fine, this you just have to find the accuracy there. So if you give me a chance, like I would say I would always want to be a machine learning engineer, at least my 4 to 5 career span, and maybe after I can choose for data scientist.
okay. So
So
machine learning is more of implementation and development.
yes,
Data science is just looking at data.
data scientist is more about, like for example, I would say it all depends. But then if I get like if I have a data, if I'm finding the data quality, because 80% of your data scientist time or as a data analyst, if you're working, it will go in just to quantify, like for example, the to find the data quality, just cleaning the data, it will go in, and then you just
Okay,
have to feed the data into model. But I personally, I like to do this data cleaning work, because you will come to know that what are the hurdles for me, and now it is everything is done. Then creating a model is fine, like you just have to give a thought process. Maybe you have to put the regression, or you have to put the classification model. You just have to find the accuracy, what is the predictor, and all these things you just have to do. So not much thought process goes there. It may be, but like I assume that because my friends are working as a data scientist, I haven't got a chance to work as a data scientist. So,
okay,
and working as a data analyst, what it does is, like for example, we have a couple of dashboards which we have to create, and it's just a number. So basically, if you don't have any technical knowledge, if I'm a data analyst, my job is to make my customer happy, to just show everything in a numbers using the dashboard. So this is something, yeah,
okay,
which
okay.
we
That's
do.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting, this job.
Okay, but there are some people who start a machine learning job or data analytics job or what, and then they realize that no, this is not for me. So, do you, did you find people who get frustrated with it, and what exactly did they go wrong? Where did they go wrong?
I I would say that, like, for example, those kind, I haven't seen those kind of people who are working as a machine learning engineer. They think that I'm not liking my job, because if you are choosing your job as machine learning, it's another, like it's a big decision first of all, because it's your interest. Because I would say all the jobs, like what I had worked so far, like initial my career as a like testing and automation, and then I moved to analytics, and then moved to machine learning, and
Mhm.
then data science. So sometimes some kind of job become monotonous, like you are running same thing, like testing, you are doing same thing, you can say it's boring. But if you come to machine learning, it needs a lot
Mhm.
of decision making first of all. And if you have decided your that you have to do this job, I don't think so people get bored, like with, especially with a machine learning engineer, because
Okay.
it's your decision, and it's very very interesting if you have the knowledge. So basically it's very important to have a domain knowledge if you want to work as a machine learning engineer.
Okay.
So if you say me that, like, can you please do that, like, can you please extract these things, but if I have no background knowledge, if I have no domain knowledge, I can't do anything. So for
Okay.
example, if I'm working as a banking domain, I should know how the bank works, basically how the mortgage thing works, or how the insurance domain works. So it
Okay.
takes a lot of time to understand a domain knowledge. So first get the domain knowledge, and then work as a machine learning engineer. If you have domain knowledge, I'm sure that nobody will get bored with machine learning engineer or data scientist, never.
Okay.
It's
So,
really very interesting.
okay. So the domain knowledge
It's
gives
very
you
important.
a big edge on when you're working in
Yeah,
machine
very
learning.
very important. Like, you can't proceed, because it's not just that you have to create a model in
Okay.
machine learning or data science. You need to think about it. Like when I was working in my, I will give example, like when I was working in my thesis like last semester,
Mhm.
and then my project was a wind energy. I have to predict the wind energy, how much electricity can be generated in the
Okay.
Ireland itself, in this country
Uh,
particular. So then, what it needs, it took me a lot of time to understand the wind energy domain particularly. And when I got the domain, like how does it work, what is the background, how much energy it generates, how much electricity people are using in summer, which month. So then I came to know we can use a time series analysis there. So we can go for seasonality, and we can see that in this month particular, how much energy has been generated, and
okay.
electricity has been people were using. So according to particular that domain, we use that domain knowledge in our machine learning modeling, and then we can find the good accuracy. So if you
Okay.
don't know anything about the knowledge, the domain, then you will never find a good accuracy in your model, that is for sure.
Okay.
One
Okay.
thing, this is
And
very
how
very
many?
important.
Yeah. How many models did you scrap when you were making this? Did you just hit on the first model, or
No
did you have
way,
to scrap?
no. Like I would say, like it took a lot of time for me to, like, I remember like LSTM, which was the last thing which I used, and I did not get the good accuracy in that. Then I did my thesis on time series. So, and time series I found very tricky in my semester, because oh god, it has like a lot of mathematics, and very tricky, but very very interesting, and very very important for your career, because like, and very interesting actually. So I did use like couple of models which it's not coming to my mind, like it's not top of my head right now. But and I have like, I used to read, like we had to read a lot of research paper,
Mhm.
uh, like most of the researchers what they have used, which model they have used before, and then we just have to read and we have to implement using by our knowledge. So I did use like LSTM I used, and I forgot like which seasonal models I have used so far. Right, not in top of my head. Like,
Okay.
so, but yeah, you have to like. I end up using couple of models, and then finally, I think the one model which I don't remember gave me the good accuracy. Yeah. So
Okay. But yes, you had to scrap a couple of models, and then
yeah,
finally you landed
couple of
on.
models. Yeah, and then finally
Okay.
we get like which where are getting the good accuracy, and then finally we decide that.
Okay.
So it's never ending. You can find a couple of very good models. I have seen 2 to 3 algorithm which, if I would have done that, I would have to do from the scratch. And
Okay.
then we didn't have so much time, because we had 3 months to
Oh.
submit our thesis. So I couldn't do it actually. I wanted to always, but then
Okay. I
so
saw on your LinkedIn profile you have written a nice post about CVs. Uh,
yeah.
so can you tell something about like somebody asks you how should I make a CV? would.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of people I get requests to my LinkedIn. A lot of people who do ask about the career guidance and this how to make a CV. So basically, I personally like to guide people the right path and the right like guidance you can go through. So
Mm,
you will have no hurdles to find a very good job and to be at a right position. So what I would like to say from my 1.5 years of journey, uh, it's one important thing is like to understand. It's very very important to review your CV. Like when we directly come from India, like as per me, I will give you my example. Like I was in India, and then when I come here, I started applying for jobs using the same CV what I were using in India. So it's different countries have different CV format.
mhm,
So you should first thing you should know what is the correct template of CV. So better when you are like when you're doing any course here. Like when I was in my second semester, I started reviewing my CV by myself, and then I used I assured that CV to my college. They had give me a template, and then I used the template to modify my CV. And then I did not stop there. And then I reached out to a couple of people who were working here. It's
mm,
very, very important to have a good LinkedIn connections. So you can reach out to the people and then can ask if I'm doing right thing. Can you please review my CV if it is right? And then so I did these things. And first of all, very important to, I would say that any fresh graduate or passing out people, first thing, you just don't go and apply for a job. It's very important, just you review your CV, you see that what is working in your profile, what is not working in your profile. Probably you will apply for a job and you will get a rejection. You will should
mm,
know, you first of all you should handle the rejection. You should have always that I can handle the rejection, and then you better ask for feedback. That maybe you can ask to HR, or can you please tell me what is not working to my profile, what is not
mm,
there. So basically next time when you apply for a job, you can just review yourself, and then you can remove that particular mistake which you had done before. So very important to review your CV. And also it's important to quantify your CV. So people write that my roles and responsibility were like this, like I was working like this, but how did you create an impact to your organization? Maybe how your business benefited with your skills. Maybe your sales increased by particular percentage, or how did you make an impact to your which is very very important. And people, I see generally people don't write it. So when I review CV, what I see in CV is that what mistakes they do is like they sometimes they write from some other CV, they copy, like maybe
mm.
they don't see CV as a as a profile. So I would say that see your CV as what you have done in your career so far, and what you can do in your career like further, and how can you create an impact. These small things are like very important, I would say that. And it's very important to be focused.
Okay.
People can't handle rejection, and I have seen people who are applying for like hundred of jobs in a day, and they are getting
Oh,
rejections, but they don't know where they are going wrong. They don't actually look where they are going wrong. So I would say sit sometime, be calm, and just see that where your profile is not. If I'm machine learning engineer, I'm applying for testing job, how will it make? Then you will say definitely I'm getting rejection. So if you're applying for machine learning job, just see the job description, just read through job description very properly, and see that it is actually aligned to your profile or not. So don't
okay.
try to make it align. If it is aligned, you better go and apply for it and quantify your CV. Like make the achievements what you actually have done in your previous career and what you wanna do. So these things are very very important. And also I would say people it's very important to have a like confidence. Like people generally get panic, like I
Mm,
have an interview, what I can do, and these teaching. It's not like that. It's very like uh, it's very normal, like you're talking to someone and then you're just putting your thoughts in front of someone. So it's very important to have a good attitude and confidence and be focused. So it's not difficult to get a job here. I'm saying like if you really are focused and you have a good profile, confidence, you have a lot of opportunity here. I personally
okay.
I see myself like I got a job in as soon as I finished masters, and then I've got another job. So It's not difficult.
Mhm.
So yeah, that I can say.
How many rejections did you face?
I don't have any count in my head for top of my head right now, but then I've got rejections for sure. Lot of rejections every day. Like when I keep applying for jobs, next day I see my phone when I was in gym or something like, oh, again rejections, and I
Okay.
make it my habit that yeah, I will definitely get rejection. But you should never, go down seeing your rejections. You should always look the positive way that how can you improve. Maybe something is not working in your profile.
Mhm.
How can you improve that? So connect with the people. Like you have span of like if you finish masters and then you are searching for a job, you have span of time there. You basically talk to the people and with the right network, and then reach out to them. Can you please tell me that like if there's something I'm doing wrong? So
Mhm.
like if you are applying for the same particular CV, keep applying, keep getting rejections, and then it's like you get
Okay.
at the end you will give up. So what I used to do every time when I used to wait for rejections basically. So
Okay.
every time when I get rejection, every time I make my CV, very good, very good. And I used to apply for jobs. I get calls for interviews. I get all the questions, and then I made myself a very comfortable with the interviewer and myself, and then I get the confidence further. So I knew that if I get 9 time rejection, the 10th job will be mine for sure, and that
Okay.
happened to me. So that
So
so
like
yeah.
after you got a rejection, like how did you decide the improvement plan?
So like
And
basically when I got the rejection, so I for example I came to know that why I'm getting rejection by other people. So I used to go uh, like to the job description again. I read through it and I see, like for example, if I am a HR or maybe a hiring manager, then if I'm seeing someone's CVs, for example, I am looking for a person who is good with NLP, for example, okay.
mm,
And if I'm seeing CV and I will see that okay, fine, this person has done NLP, but what exactly he has done or she has done, and what was the result of it, what was the outcome. If I have that particular thing in my CV, I'm sure that I will hire you because I know that particular person has done this. If you're only writing that yeah, NLP in your profile, what people do, they will pick a keyword from the, because they know we have to pick a keyword, so they pick a keyword from the job description and they write it in your CV as a skill. But where are you using it? Like I have no idea where I'm using it, so I came to know I'm not using it at all. Like if I have written NLP, where I'm using it, like maybe I have create chatbots, something like that. So, and if you created that, what happened to your business? This
okay.
is very important. So, aligning your CV is very important. Writing your CV is very like it's another thing. Writing only skills and using it, implementing it is the only play of CV. That's the only play of CV. So
Okay.
that I used to do, and you can't believe me that a particular job I applied, okay, and I was 100% sure I will get a call with this because this was a third or fourth time I reviewed my CV, and then I was sure that yeah, definitely I'm gonna do that. Uh, and I've got that interview actually, but then I didn't join that particular company because I had another job in my hand. So and one more thing that I also got the government job here, like it's a
Mhm.
very big transport company here, and I got cracked that. And mostly people doesn't go through it because
Mhm.
the only thing which they like about my profile is my CV was actually very good, and the cover letter, which is very important to have a good cover letter as well. So most of the
Okay.
people don't know how to write a cover letter. So I would advise people who are actually coming through Ireland or planning to work in Ireland or maybe studying in Ireland that we like here in Ireland, like a lot of people who are there, professionals who do the career guidance and the CV review, and people usually don't take that because they think it's not worth to give 100 euros or 200 euros. But I would personally say that it's very important for your career, that it's just an investment to your career. If you give your 100 euros or 200 euros and can review your CV and ask for career guidance, it's very very good. So I did also the same thing. I
Okay.
went for career guidance, I went for CV review, and I came to know that this is something which is not working to my profile basically, and you should write your CV this way. So it was nothing artificial, it is something which you have done, but you never know that what you have done so far.
Oh, that's
So this
nice.
is very very important. Yeah. So I like giving all these advices. Like most of people, 90% I have seen, they usually struggling with the jobs, but they don't go every time with the CV review people, and they don't reach out to people. They have the hesitation. I don't know what, but
Yeah,
they shouldn't be there.
there's a lot of problem when they really don't know whom to approach.
Exactly,
Maybe
exactly.
you could identify a career guidance cell and you could
Yeah,
make it with them.
it helped
How
me a
should
lot when I
somebody in
was
India do it? I don't know if there are.
nobody. Nobody does that. Like, as if I was in India, I have never thought that, oh, I have to go for a CV review itself. Like, my CV is completely fine. How do you know your CV is fine? Because here, if you come, it is important, like anybody who's coming here, it is very important to have a very good profile, which means
Okay,
that CV should be very, very good. Like, it is not like very decorative, but it should be like, it should show your showcase, like it should showcase your knowledge, the way you have done in your past, and how did you
okay,
done, what impact you made your organization. And this is the only important thing. And definitely you have job in your hand if you have all these
okay.
things aligned. And career guidance, CV review, reach out to people, right network, focus, confidence, all these things matters a lot to get a good job here.
Great. It's a nice thing. You have
Yeah,
given a good set of guiding points for students. I'm sure people will be able to pick up from this.
sure,
That's
sure,
really
sure.
nice.
So anybody who has like as coming from like coming here Ireland and having any difficulties finding the jobs, I think I can guide, and you can reach out to me anytime. So
That's really
through my
great.
LinkedIn. So I like, because I have seen all these difficulties I have faced, so I know how can I guide people, and they can definitely be at the right position.
Oh, that's a good assurance for people. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
It's
Thank you, Vikas.
really
Thank you
helpful
so
session.
thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Nice talking to you.